Hello there. What's going on, everybody? I am coming to you today with yet another Squad Builder 2.0 build, and we're going to do an X-Wing build for the Resistance in honor of the Resistance in First Order getting ready to come out later this week. They should be coming out Thursday or Friday, depending on the distributor getting stuff to your stores. So hopefully you will have those in hand this week and can get some new games in just before Christmas. So very, very good holiday treat for us, or maybe you will find these under your tree, or whatever, or under your whatever else you know. I don't know what types of in-house foliage certain other practices use. But anyway, however you celebrate, hopefully, you know, if you have any celebrations this holiday season, you're able to reward yourself with some new toys, which are always great. So I figured we would do a build, and you know, since the points were released, so we do have all the points. They're here. I'll put a link to yet another Squad Builder 2.0. We're going to do a Resistance build. Before I jump into it, though, I do want to remind everybody there is still time to enter my latest giveaway, and this one is for a Super Star Destroyer for Star Wars Armada in the form of a Cool Stuff gift card, which you could then use for whatever else you wanted. So if you're not an Armada player, there's still plenty of reason for you to enter, because that's a big old gift card you'd be getting. All it takes to enter that is to become a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. It's as simple as that, and then you're automatically entered to win. That should be announced on or about December 21st, so definitely stay tuned for that. So, on to the build. I kind of wanted to do something that reminded me of The Last Jedi, so plus I wanted to try out the new A-Wing, so we're going to put an RZ2 A-Wing in there, and this is a nice little ship. It's very, very similar to the original A-Wing. You can take the missiles. It's got tech, though, which is kind of cool, and it can shoot forward and backward. And after you perform an action, you can do a red boost or change your rotate arc. But I like the ability to basically be able to do a boost after every time you perform an action, and so everybody has pushed the limit. Effectively, even the generics kind of have pushed the limit, so I kind of like that. So we got a lot of different pilots that we can choose, but I am going to go for Talli Lintra. Every time I look at her name as it's spelled out like that, I think it says Talisman, and it's not Talisman. And Talli's an Initiative 5, so she's pretty good, and hopefully she'll be able to line up a whole lot of shots and do some really great things. For her talents, again, we have 2 talents, which is just really cool. I'm really glad they did that. I definitely want to give her outmaneuver. Because of her high pilot skill and her built-in extra boost, she's going to have a lot of maneuverability, an awful lot. She can barrel roll and boost as much as she wants, basically, every turn, right? Not as much as she wants, well, you know, maybe one each. If she wants to barrel roll, then she can do a free red boost. It's just great, and she's got a lot of blue on that dial, so you have so much flexibility here. I absolutely love it. Now, the problem is I'm not giving her any missiles. Granted, I think in other builds, missiles would be a really, really good idea here. But for the points and everything else that I want to run, I'm not giving her missiles. So I want to maximize her regular attack, and I think Heroic is a really, really good. This is a new thing that's coming out, and I think it's just a really good option for this, because this one, if you roll 2 blanks, you can re-roll both of them. And so this means basically all you have to do is take a focus to guarantee some damage. Right, and I'm also going to give her advanced optics. So this way, all you need is to you take a focus, and you have a pretty good chance of getting 2 damage out of it, because if you roll 1 hit and a blank, you change the blank. If you roll 1 hit and a focus, you just spend the focus. If you roll 2 focus, you spend the focus. The only thing that would be bad is 2 blanks, and then you re-roll into more blanks. You know that because everything else you have stuff to mitigate that. So this is just a really, really cool little combo. It does mean and again, you don't lose your maneuverability. I was gonna say it does mean you lose the ability to barrel roll and boost, but you're not always gonna need to use both of those. What it does mean is you can take a focus and then a free boost that's red, and now maybe you've got that outmaneuver lined up, and with so you have a better chance of making those 2 dice count. So I just think this will be a really, really fun little way to fly Talli, and we're gonna add some more stuff. I figure a lot of people are gonna have a lot of T70s, so let's toss on a T70 here. And I really like, speaking of maneuverability, I really like Kare Kun's ability with making the boosts hard turns. I figure that'll work well with our pal BB-8, who is got 2 charges that's going to let us take a free barrel roll or boost. And that's just, the boost is going to really synergize with Kare. Again, you're only going to be able to do it twice, but I'll take it, man. That's 2 free hard boosts. And you know what? Let's also toss Outmaneuver on Kare. I mean, Outmaneuver is a card that I haven't really used very much lately, but I think these are 2 pilots that could potentially make some good use of it. Now, Kare is only initiative 4, so that's one of those. This is one of those times where we're probably not going to be using BB-8 that much, so that's why I'm okay with just the 2 charges. We're probably not going to need to use it all the time. That is fine. We have, let's see, do we have a, we can also, hey, let's put S-foils on there too, right? We don't have, I mean, there's no reason why not, but yeah, so that's good. We have the barrel roll there. We can also do that. We've got some maneuverability. I am all for it. So this is the idea. These 2 are probably going to, they can fly together. They can split up to where, whichever one you go for, the other one is going to get you without maneuver. But there's a little more. I'm going to add our man, Poe Dameron. Poe Dameron is the man with his initiative 6, right? So here's our super ace. I mean, we've got Talli also with 5 is no slouch. 5 is good, but Poe is one of the few 6s in the game, so Poe hopefully will be able to really take advantage of things. And what I'm going to make weird here is that I'm going to give Poe Lone Wolf. In my theory here is that I can equip Talli and Kare on one side of the board, like maybe the far left corner, and then I can deploy Poe in the far right corner, and we'll see what happens with all of that. Maybe I will be able to go ahead and have them kind of crisscross, and hopefully my opponent has to choose who he wants to go after or who they want to go after. If they go after Poe, then the other 2 are going to have him with the outmaneuver, and if they ignore Poe, well, that's fine. By all means, ignore Poe. Poe will make you pay for it. So that's kind of the hope there. But at some point, I figure when doing this, we may end up crisscrossing. I'm going to try something else that is maybe not the best investment of points, but I'm going to try it out. And that's, I mean, Black 1 is a cool ability. It adds, you know what, we can go ahead and we've got our 1 slam. It's a 1 charge slam. When we spend the charge, we can't slam after we spend the charge. And after we slam, we lose our charge, and then we can gain an ion token to remove the disarm token. So we can do this a couple of different ways. We can slam and then still be able to shoot if we want. That's great. It's a good way to get us out of range if we're too close to everybody else and Lone Wolf isn't going to go off. It's a possibility. But I'm thinking I also want to give him advanced slam. I think this would be really fun, and the idea here is that I can I can do a boost after I do the advanced slam. Oh well, we could put S-foils on there too, but I could do a boost after the advanced slam, and really, for one, maybe get turned back around if we have met in the middle and and I'm going up towards the top left, the opposite left side of the board, right? And, if I'm flying in an X pattern, basically, this will kind of let me get turned around a little easier. But then I'll have a stress, so and I'll have to turn around, and so what I'm going to do for my astromech here is I'm going to give him the R4 astromech, decreasing the difficulty of those basic maneuvers. So this way, after I do that boost, I can do the hard turn 2, which will be blue, clear stress. I should be just about all the way turned back around at this point, and then maybe I'm taking shots with Lone Wolf again. That's the grand plan here. I'm not 100% sure if that is going to totally work. Not 100% sure, but I think it would be fun. And I think this combo here with Poe of the Advanced Slam with Black 1, it doesn't have to rely on Lone Wolf. It could also be used a completely different way, like maybe just when surprise, like sneaking up on another ship, moving it instead of to get away, but maybe using it for offense for that quick approach. Kind of like Poe did in the movie. I really like that. I think it could be a lot of fun. So and I think that's the point of the game. It's not always to bring the list that's going to win worlds. A lot of times it's just to have a good time. And this is even though it's a one-shot deal for that slam, I think it might be a lot of fun. I also want to add advanced optics to Poe. And I also want to add advanced optics to Kare. Those are just really, really solid tech cards, and I absolutely love it. You know, being able to change a blank to a hit is just having that flexibility is great, and they're not too expensive. You know, I could have maybe gone for primed thrusters or something like that, but I don't think I'm going to need to. I think the R4 Astromech help me prevent the need to be able to do that here with Poe. Although, to be honest, you know, primed thrusters might be really, really interesting on Kare. Might be really interesting, especially after doing like a Talon roll and then a boost or something like that. There's all kinds of really cool things you could come up with that particular thing. But you know, I want to be a little bit more well-rounded, and advanced optics adds to our offensive capabilities, and so actually we have that on all 3 ships, and this is making good use, I think, of the faction identity that the Rebels don't have, because the Rebels have A-Wings and X-Wings too, but the Rebels don't have access to tech, and so let's take advantage of some more of the new stuff. Granted, tech isn't new exclusively to 2.0, but it is relatively newer in terms of the game, and it's newer now in 2.0 for you know, for just being available to the First Order and Resistance. So I think advanced optics is going to work on both of those, where it brings us right up to 200 points. And that is the list, folks. I will go ahead and put a link to this down in the description below. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. You can hop in Discord and say hi to us there, as well as don't forget to check out Crabbok.com. I want to give a big thanks to my patrons on Patreon. By the way, you guys are amazing, and you definitely help make all this possible. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, have a great day.